vacations. How about former President Barack Obama? Man, he is soaking in the sun, taking it all in after his departure from all the fights in Washington. I mean, he is really relaxing. Check out this video.
There he is.
So this is like jet surfing, windsurf. So there's
called kite skiing.
Kite skiing, okay.
He looks like he's got it down.
I mean, the guy's got skills. He went 100 meters, I saw, and he beat Richard Branson, who went 50 meters. And my question is, like, when you're the president of the United States, what do you do after being the president? Stuff like this.
Hang out with billionaires, I guess.
Right. Like, do you hang out with normal people, with, like, laymen?
Probably not.
No, just billionaires and hanging out. I think he should just stay there, maybe open a little resort. And
he could.
Why not?
I think they're moving to California, though. Didn't they just buy a house out there?
They might have. I'm
Interesting.
Sure. We'll have to go visit.
All right, so it's that time of year when we try to enrich our vocabulary a little bit. 1,000 new words were added to Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Words like, are you ready for this, Ryan?
Ready.
Side eye, binge watch, and throw shade.
Wow.
That's right.
Those are very intelligent, huh?
Yep. Other words are updated to include more meanings, like the word artisanal now refers to food, like artisanal
cheese. Okay, I can see that, but let's go back to those other ones. Like
throw shade. It's kind of
what. It's like being rude to, like, if I'm rude to Teresa.
Not paying attention to, I suppose,
shade
would be the definition.
Bye. How about side eye? I mean, that's just like, catch me outside. How about that? Like.
Exactly.
See you later.
But that's the thing now. It's a legit word.
But it's sad because it's not even like an intelligent use of the English language. It's like a slang.
It's a little concerning that these are now words in the dictionary. You're right.
What are you going to do?
Binge watch, though, I'm okay with.
Binge watching, yeah. And that's kind of common sense.
I think everybody talks about that, too.
Yeah. Binging, using a lot of something, watching, I don't know if you need a definition, though. Do you?
Makes sense.
Okay.
All right, so speaking of language, what country do you think has the sexiest accent? We're going to tell you what most people think in a minute, but first...
Well, what do you think? Sexiest language?
Well...
Sexiest accent?
Maybe like South African or Italian.
Really?
I like that.
Can you give us a little...
I can't even talk English today.
Come on, Teresa,
can you hear me? I can't
give
even
us a
try
little
it.
love.
No. I can't.
Nothing, huh?
What about you?
I don't have one that I love, but I have one that I really dislike, are British guys. Because, like...
Because you're jealous, or
yeah,
what?
Well, I have to admit, like, a British guy would walk in the room. I was with my girlfriend once, and my friend who's British walks in the room, and he's like, oh, hello, how you doing there? And she's like, oh, my God, who are you? What planet are you coming from? And she's like, oh, yeah, Ryan, whatever. I'm like, I'm right here, hello. And
it's just different, I guess.
Yeah, but you take a guy or a gal who's like a... You know, like a normal,
and then you give them an accent,
and then they're like an 11, and it's like, come on, like, come on, why you got to do that? It's like, don't you have books to read or something? I mean, come on.
I wonder in Great Britain if people are intrigued by the accent so much, since everybody has them.
Or how about the American accent? Do you think they're
like a New York City accent?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's intrigued.
Or Boston?
No.
Nah, probably not.
I don't think so.
The results are a little startling. It's not British. It's not South African. It is actually Dutch. That is what people think is the sexiest accent. What even would that be? Do you have?
I'm not sure.
Anybody have it? No?
Nope.
Nothing.
We're coming up empty.
Okay.
All right, we're going to have to Google that later.
Yes.
All right, so I'm a little under the weather. I'm feeling better.
Good.
And I don't think I'm going to get you sick. I'm just really congested.
Shall we sit closer?
You're not getting. I'm okay.
Okay, we're good. All right.
Remember when you got me sick right before I went to Disney World?
I did not get you sick.
Yeah, I remember
she's
that.
a liar. Come on.
With flu season almost in full swing, some of us might be wondering how sick is too sick to go to school or to work. Now, according to the Republican American out of Waterbury, it all depends on the symptoms. The biggest concern, of course, is infecting your coworkers or your classmates, and of course, not getting better yourself. Health experts say if it's just a scratchy throat or a stuffed up nose you're dealing with, you can go to work without any problems.
But if you find yourself with a fever, body aches, or chills, or other things that we can't mention on the show, it's best to stay home. But this is like a fine line, right? Because you want to go to work, you want to try to do the best job that you can.
Be responsible.
But then on the flip side, you only have so many sick days, vacation days, personal. So it's like, where do you draw the line between?
It's true. I think if you're really achy, I think throwing up might be the line. If you're throwing up, stay the heck home.
Yeah.
Don't get everybody else sick.
How's that coffee taste at home now?
I'm just saying, I think that's where you have to draw the line.
Let's move on past that. Now, well, let's talk a little bit more about Valentine's Day. Of course, we were talking about sexy accents and whatnot, but let's talk about gifts for the guys. Are you a big gift giver on Valentine's Day?
I try to be creative.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like to have a little something, not anything extravagant or huge, but...
What do you think most guys say when they're asked if they want something for Valentine's?
No, don't bother me with it, so I don't have to get you anything.
Oh. Different perspective, little remix there. So we have some ideas because most guys are just saying, hey, we don't want anything. But oftentimes people buy, you know, the fancy soap, the hair gel,
Does
the
any
pajamas.
of those appeal to you?
I mean, a fuzzy pajamas, like a onesie, that's pretty
You would
appealing.
like a onesie,
I would
wouldn't
like
you?
it. Why not? I mean, you bought me cat sheets for my bed for Christmas, but
And I
I'm
think
just
you
a
like
bizarre
them.
guy. Yeah, I do.
Deep down.
But some dating experts are saying that most guys are actually more into this: high-quality steaks, expensive booze, or inexpensive booze every day, not just one day of the year. That would be even nicer. Tickets to a sporting event, classic video game console.
Those are all clever ideas for Valentine's Day.
Not that cheap, though. You know? And I think Laura Hutchinson earlier today, Stretch Your Dollar, she had some ideas, right, for Valentine's Day gifts?
She does, yeah. I'm sure they're on our website.
Yeah, WTNH.com. Check them out.
All right, and tomorrow Megan Yost will have some great ideas for Valentine's Day coming from West Farms, right in West Hartford, so that's easy.
Friends.
So take a look at this. It's not the Super Bowl, but might be just as big. What's going on here?
I think so. This is the world's largest gathering of sheep shearers. They've arrived in New Zealand for the annual World Shearing and Wool Handling Championships. Wow.
This is aggressive. I'll be very honest with you. I have sheared a sheep before. I did it up in Enfield on a farm for a story I was working on.
Do you think you could do it at this level?
No, because the poor animals, you have to like pin the sheep down and then get on them with clippers.
That's like me at the barbershop.
And they don't like it.
No.
They don't like it. So
there's 4,500 sheep there, which is kind of hard to believe.
I didn't realize it was a competition.
Huge, yeah, like a worldwide thing. Who would have thunk? There's something for everybody, apparently. Hey, let's move on past the sheep shearing. This video, it's a little deceiving. This isn't really what you think it is. It might look like a little key lime. No, that is a little bit of marijuana. U.S. Customs and Border Protection in Texas found nearly 4,000 pounds of marijuana camouflage with these key limes.
They don't really look like limes. They look like they're taped in duct tape and painted green.
Balls, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how that pie would have tasted, though. That would have been interesting. They were found in a tractor trailer, nearly $800,000 worth.
Wow.
Interesting. Stuff in there.
All right, so some of us are wishing for warmer weather here in Connecticut. It'll be here soon enough, but at least we don't have to deal with this summer headache of bees.
Oh, I know. Bees and flies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, one woman in Florida, well, she had a bit of a swarm.
It might be about 60,000 bees in there easily.
Crazy. 60,000 honeybees infesting her front yard. There she is with her little protective gear on, but that's because she doesn't like to get stung. She's
well, I'd say. I think she should call in the professionals, no?
She is allergic, but that's what happened because apparently she said she couldn't afford it. Again, 60,000 bees. So a local beekeeper heard the news that she couldn't afford it. He came in and did the entire job for free. So how heartwarming is that? And a brave soul. Anybody that's a beekeeper, I think deserves a raise.
There you go. You ever get stung really bad?
Yeah, right here in the head.
Oh, that is awful.
Very awful. Yeah, it still hurts a little bit. That's why I'm all messed up, I think. I don't know.